Hey guys, Stephanie here with createfromtheheart.weebly.com, and today is the 5th day of March, the National Craft Month. And I just want to let you know, I went ahead and I was searching about the information about this, about the National Craft Month. And if you go on the Arts and Hobbies Association's webpage, it tells you more about it. It's a movement through the createtime.org, and you can go to that website, and I'll have it in the description box as well. And you can go to that website and read about it. But it's a movement about making time for your hobby or craft. So that's the reason why I wanted to go ahead and do like this right here. Making time every day to make a movie for the National Craft Month. To make a video of crafting. So today is day 5, and today is an altered item, and I'm showing you how to make a beautiful flower with an egg carton. And I'm also using some clay molds that I put together to help make it as well. So let's go ahead and get started. The piece that we cut off the excess, save it, because I'm going to show you how you make a rose out of that. But now it is time to decorate this. But right now I'm going to go ahead and paint all of this. I'm going to paint it purple. I was going to paint it pink, but I'm going to go ahead and paint it purple. The only reason I'm going to paint it purple, I know you'll see me do a lot of my items purple, but that is my favorite color. And like my birdhouse and my doll dresses and everything's purple, but the reason I'm doing it purple is because it will match my room, my craft room. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this purple, then I'll be right back. I'm sorry guys, I thought I was recording again and I apparently wasn't. So here's the carton base that we're going to use for the altered flower bed that I'm making out of cardboard box. I've already painted it. I thought I was recording but I wasn't, but that's okay. I'll just show you. All I've done was took an egg carton. I'm using an IGA brand. Make sure it's cardboard. I don't like the foam as good as this one here because the paint don't stick to it good. But I made cut it off, makes the third one up, so it makes 6 holes all together. And I just went ahead and used my Daler Ronnie Simply Acrylic violet purple paint and painted the whole thing. And I'm just now finishing up with some of the touches that I didn't do, that I didn't get to see when I first done it, because I was kind of in a hurry. My son was getting sleepy on me, so I put him down for a nap, and I can finally do this at peace a little bit. So I'm just covering up the little nits and gnats that I've missed, and then I'm gonna put it aside to dry, and I'm gonna use my heat tool to dry the flower, the rose that we're making for it. And then hopefully once all this dries, we can start putting it together and assembling it and stuff, because it looks so pretty once it's done. I've done one of these once before. Well, I didn't. I actually helped my stepdaughter make one for her. Mama, she wanted to make one for her for Christmas, but she actually used the lid one. I know I've seen videos on YouTube where people's used the lid and done it, and they're pretty, but I like this one here just being opened and set, and it can hold your rings or in the kitchen when you're doing your dishes or anything. So I really like it and everything, that it's opened, and I think it looks more beautiful when it's open than if it had a lid. But that's just my personal opinion. But you can find videos online on YouTube of people making them with lids, and if you like it with a lid, then you can go by their instructions or whatever and make one with a lid. So, or if you'd like to see one made with a lid, leave a comment below, and I can make a video to show you with the lid. Okay, so I think it's pretty well covered. All the little touches and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and set this on the side to let it dry. And so I have my hot glue gun heating up. While it's heating up, I'm going to go ahead with my scissors and cut the points off of this, kind of like in a triangle, like that right there. This one right here, where it was on the edge, you're going to need to make a slit for hit down, so kind of in a triangle version. And do the same thing for those corners. And if they're not perfect, that's okay, because I mean, a flower's not perfect. So Go ahead and do the same thing for the other one. Cut in a triangle. Make your little slit for the side of it like you done with the other first one. Get rid of my excess, my extra. Now with the little strip here that I have, what you're going to do is you're going to roll it really tight in a circle, kind of like making a bud. That's what we're doing with this, is making a bud for the rose. And you want to keep the bottom of it straight, because that's where the glue gun's going to be at. So like that right there. And then that's what's going to be the top of it. Just cut off the excess part there, it's sticking up. Then once my hot glue gun gets done, I will glue it. So to kind of show you an idea, one's going to go in front of the other one, but this one here, just cut it completely down on one side. Get my X-Acto knife out. There we go. So once you got it cut down completely on one side, we're going to overlap it to where it makes it smaller. You might have to cut a little bit. Oh, my blade just fell out. You might have to cut just a little bit into the bottom part of it here to make it go on a little bit more. About halfway is what I do. That way you can bring it over and make the bottom part smaller. So, get my glue stick. So I'm going to go ahead and get my glue gun here and put down the side of it. As you can see, bring it over really tight and hold it down firm. So as you can see, there's the bottom part of it, how it's overlapped, and it's like that. Now while that one's down, we can go ahead and let's fix our bud back, tighten it back up. Now once it's tight, there's a little flat up. Glue some glue down and just kind of hold it there for a second while it cools. Now it's cooled down. Now going back to the big piece of the rose one we did not cut, you're going to put you some glue on the bottom of it. Put you quite a bit. Get down in that groove and remove that new slip and stuff, and you're going to put you quite a bit of glue on it. And put it where the leaves are in between each other. Like that right there. And then the rose, the flat end, not the one we're going to keep as the top, but the flat end, put your glob of glue on it. And put right down the center of it. Now, it looks like that right now, and if you think it's a little too big, well, you can cut the back part. Do not cut them part down, because we're going to bend it out like this to help make the rose look a little better. So you can bend the inside ones down. Now with these two leftover ones, I'm going to go ahead and cut them completely off. And I'm going to make some little walls to glue down inside of that. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that, okay? I'm going to take a piece of it, cut straight, like out there, just a little piece. Glue the bottom, put some glue on the bottom. And then just stick it down in between each other of the leaves. There we go. We'll do another one. Cut off the excess. Glue the bottom. And put it also in between two of them. There had just a little bit too much left over. Okay. And then we're going to do one more. These here are just extras. Throw them away. Get some glue for the bottom of your petal and put it inside there. There's a little taller than the rest of them, so I'm going to cut it off just a little bit. And this one right here is just a leftover. And there you go. The rose we're going to use for the altar item. So now I'm going to go ahead and paint it. Unplug my glue gun, let it cool down for me to put away. And when I get this painted, I'll be back. Okay, so I want to just explain to you right fast what kind of paint I'm using. I'm going to use the Folk Art Extreme Glitter. I've got a purple one here, and I got a white one. And I want to just explain to you that whenever this goes on, it's going to look like for example, I'm going to do this white. It looks just like solid white, but once it dries, it's glittery. And this one right here, I love it. I've used it before. This is a brand new bottle, though. Okay, this one right here, when you open it up, it looks like that, like a light purple. But when it dries, I've showed this in my other videos, but when it dries, it looks like that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's sparkly. So, you'll see it better once we get done though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it all purple first, and I'm going to use the white for kind of like the tips. It's kind of like a frost. So I'll go ahead and paint this, and I'll be right back. I just want to let you know that you want to make sure you get inside each petal to paint it. If not, you'll see the cardboard showing through. If you have to, you might have to get a smaller brush, but I normally just kind of push mine in there. It don't have to be perfect, but as long as it's covered to where you don't see the cardboard. That's all you got to do, is just make sure you don't see no cardboard. And then once I get all this painted, then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I've now painted it, got it painted. It's still drying, and once it dries, then I'll flip it over and use the white as the frost tips. And I'm going to go ahead though and use my heat tool to finish drying the carton base, so we can go ahead and get started on it, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so it is now dried. As you can see, it's purple sparkly. It's so pretty. And you can also see some of the cardboard still show through, and especially on the outside. But it's okay because it's not going to be seen much on the outside. It's mostly going to be seen right on top. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my white Folk Art Extreme Glitter into the tips. I'll show you how I do that, and then I'll use my heat tool to dry it as well. So I've went ahead and got my white Extreme Glitter out. And now I'm going to start doing the tips. And the tip of each petal And you kind of want to put it on there thick so it'll dry kind of, more glittery, so it won't go through that purple. And the white tip for each petal will also show each petal individually. Make sure you go down inside of it to the inside of the ones that's closer to the bud, because you want to show that edge, that definition. A little tip is if you pat it on a little bit, it gets a little thicker, but you can also brush it on. Depends on how you want it to look. And with the petals, that's a little bit more pointier. I kind of put it on a little bit deeper down into it, to the petal, so that it kind of shows it more of a tip. Don't forget to also do a little bit in the bud, kind of like in a swirl motion, so that it shows it in here as well, frosted. And don't forget to do the outside edges as well. Basically going to just try to make sure that all the, lines of the white kind of connect with each one, and that way it kind of helps give it a little bit more of a definition to where each petal is. And I'll just kind of keep going over just a little bit more to kind of help it make sure it goes on there frosted looking. So I think that's pretty good. I'm going to kind of go right there a little bit more. So I think that's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and use my heat tool again and help heat it process for it to dry. Okay, so go ahead and set it to the side for a second, let it finish drying a little bit more. And then while it's finished drying, I'm going to bring back my egg carton and help heat it dry up. So now I'm going to go ahead and start assembling it together. The purple rose, which is still, the white part's still drying a little bit, but the purple rose, I'm going to go ahead and add some glue on the very bottom of it. Well, I said I was. I'm plug my glue gun up first. Hold on a minute. Okay, so my hot glue gun is hot and ready. So now I'm going to take some hot glue and glue on the bottom of the rose. Well, my glue gun didn't just act up on me. Okay, so now I'm going to glue some hot glue on the bottom of my rose. And I'm going to also glue some on the side of the edges of it. So my hot glue gun is acting up on me, just kind of like the edge here, as you can see. I'm trying to do. And then you're going to want to stick it down inside one of them. Kind of push it just a little bit down in there so it gets done in there good. Remove these webs. Now, I want to use my tweezers, EK Success little tweezers, and I'm going to grab the edges and bend them down a little bit without tearing them, just to help bend them over, just the outside edges of that too. There we go. There we go. Now I'm going to take my hot glue gun here, and I'm going to put my glue my leaves on the side of my flower here. I'm putting them both on the same side. So it looks like that when it's glued. Now I'm going to put some on the back of my flower. As well as a drop on my leaves. And I am going to place them kind of towards the inside here. I'm not going to really force them. Well, kind of hold it there for a second. So it kind of looks like that there. It matches it. The little butterfly here that I made, I'm going to put a little glue dot on it. And I'm going to have it laying on the edge of the leaf that I've got bended here. So I want to kind of hold it there for a minute. Now I'm going to bend these leaves here on the outside here out a little bit more. Just a little bit more, bending them. You can kind of shape them and stuff, and just to help give it a little bit more definition around each other. So like that. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take some purple ribbon, here, and I'm going to make just a little bit, little strips out of it. Not a whole lot, but just little strips. I'm going to do it long ways. This is just some floral ribbon. It don't have to be cut perfectly. I'll make probably about two or three strips. Probably 3, and also they're probably about 6 to 8 inches long. So I've got my 3 little ribbons here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap them around my finger actually. I'm going to start with the base of my finger, like right here, and I'm going to wrap it around and pull kind of tight, leaving just a little bit there to hang on. Hold it there for just a few seconds. And pull up. And see how it gets that little spiral? Where I was holding it at the top of my finger, I'm going to apply some hot glue. And I'm going to put on the outside edge here of the flower, and I'm having it right there. I'm going to then take it on this side of the flower, add a drop of glue, and bring it around to where it's inside. So it looks like that. I'm going to do the same thing for this corner, holding the base at my finger. And holding there for a few seconds. Close it up. Add a dab of glue and put it right here between these two. Add a dab of glue on the inside of the ribbon of the curl on this side, and add it right there on that hump. This one here, I'll be connecting it to here and here. I'm going to go ahead once again, wrap it around my finger spirally. Hold it there for a few seconds. And voila, you have a beautiful curl. Gluing it down again to this one and bring it up over here to this one. The inside of the curls of the ribbon. On top of each one of those, I'm going to be putting a purple button. They're like they're just little 2-hole, like a really light purple button. 2, 3. It helps covers the edges of them up. I'm having the hose of the buttons to face outward. So no matter what side it's on, they're facing outwards. They don't all match. I'm going to remove these webs. Now right now when you look at it, you see that pink flower just stands completely out, like just like it don't belong there. But when we get done with this all, it's going to belong. The next thing that I'm going to do is I've got some little purple blooms, and they've got a little bit of pink on them. This is going to be one of the focuses to help bring some of that purple down and bring out some colors, but we're going to add some other things later. So, leaving the bloom like it is, kind of like a bouquet, I'm going to I'm going to just kind of plant it over here in this. Alright, so now the flowers are in here. The next thing I'm going to do is bring out some lace to help put around the edges just a little bit to kind of make it flare up a little bit more as well. I've got some pink lace here. I'm going to go ahead and put it all the way around my carton underneath the ribbons, and I'm going to start right here underneath this ribbon so it kind of helps hide it. You might have to kind of tilt it up a little bit so you can get there. This pink lace will also help bring some of this purple down. Make sure that when you get to the button, like I have here at this one, that you bring your lace underneath. Prepare the glue and work very carefully with it. This one here is a little tricky because you have the double edge, but we'll get there, don't worry. Just going to put a glue here on this edge of that, as well as glue on the edge of this one and this one. And that helps, covers up those holes as well. That one up there didn't get up so high. There we go. That's better. glue gun does so good, hot glue does, but I hate these stinking webs. They're so aggravating to deal with. Okay. So going up and over the next one. Now this one right here is a little bit tricky because the lace, the curl is so close in there. But if you just watch what you're doing, you can get it. I mean, the ribbon is so close to the egg carton. But like I said, if you can get it in there. It's not like rocket science hard. Okay, so I'm going to do my last little piece here, and then I'll be cutting it off. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Studio G pink ink pad here, and I'm going to kind of dab it on around the lace at certain spots. Not really covering it, just kind of giving it a little bit of extra pink on it. So kind of like how that there looks. And you just kind of do it all the way around it. If you have a blending tool, you could use one of those, but I just prefer to do it this way. Okay, guys, my phone quit working again. My memory's getting full and it keeps kicking me out, but I went ahead and done the finishing touches. I added the pink buttons up top there, as well as I added pink balloon ribbon and took my scissors and scrubbed it down behind it to make it curly. I added one here, and then I added one here, but I just left this one right here hanging out loose. And I added a different shade pink to that pink ribbon and stuff. So this here is the finished project. I hope you liked it and enjoyed it. Now you have a few holes that you can keep your rings or something in, or something small in on your dress or something. Really pretty. Of course, it's just my way of decorating it. You could always decorate it the way you want to decorate it. You know, it's your product, it's your craft. I hope you liked it, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out my blog at www.createfromtheheart.weebly.com.